Now, Taz, I know that you have Taz's rankings, and I think that you have already posted them to us, correct? Or am I overlooking them? I've got to be overlooking them, right? You
I
already.
I did post them to our chat Monday at
Okay,
some
okay, I
point.
found them. I found them. Okay, all right. So, without further ado, please let's start Taz's uh, picks. Where we at?
All right, so not a lot of movement this week in comparison to weeks past. There's still some movement, but to start out with our basement five, we have 4 out of the 5 teams staying put. That being said, Haas Factory stays at number 15. Rick Ware stays at number 14. Wood Brothers stays at 13. Hayek stays at 12. The only move is Front Row Motorsports dropping from the climbing 5 to the basement 5. They dropped 2 spots to number 11 this week. Uh, I think Zane Smith can only do so much in a 3-car team. I'm waiting for Gilliland to come through. I haven't seen much out of Gregson. Um, I don't know. Like I said, Zane Smith can only do so much just by himself for a 3-car team.
Yeah, Zane's definitely set himself aside though over at that Front Row Motorsports. I think Gillian's had some good runs, but they haven't necessarily ended the same way that they began. So we've got to see something better out of Front Row. That may be the team that doesn't survive. Like I know that Bob has talked before about getting out of racing. You know, he got a nice substantial payout from the lawsuit there. This may be where we find these other charters, especially for to help out another Ford team. That would be interesting to see, but uh, not sure how that necessarily got in there. Um, yeah, so what is? Oh, okay. That's Haas Factory team at 15. No big surprise there. Rick Ware Racing. I think they're where. Here comes a big surprise. Wood Brothers. I'm not sure what we need to do over there to get Josh Berry back competitive again. Of course, he had a win last year. Things are worrisome at Penske right now, and worrisome with Wood Brothers. They're not a 13th ranked team. They should be ranked somewhere closer to Penske there. And Josh Berry is a very capable driver. We've seen that already. Look, Ricky Stenhouse, man, he's going to carry you. He's going to carry you through the good times and the bad times. They're right where they're supposed to be, though, in number 12.
Mr. CJ, any comments?
Um, I like all, but I maybe would probably switch 11 and 10. I think Legacy Motorsports is more deserving in the basement 5 than maybe Front Rows Motorsports. But outside of that, I agree with everything I see right now on the bottom 5.
All right, we move into the climbing 5 uh, for the rankings this week. At number 10, Legacy Motor Club gets back into the number 10 spot. Uh, they've been 10 or 11 all season longs thus far. At number 9 is Trackhouse Racing, moving down 1 spot. RCR goes up 2 spots. I'm going to put in this comment quick. I think they're just capitalizing on other teams' mistakes or downfalls at this point. That's how they're improving. So that's my comment for there. Colleague Racing stays at number 7. And Spire Motorsports, another down week. They fall down 3 spots as they join the climbing 5 into number 6. Let's get to Mr. CJ quick, and then Chris, your comment.
Like I said previously, maybe switch Front Row Legacy and put Front Row in the top 10. I wouldn't have been hateful if RCR would have been below Trackhouse, but that, outside of maybe a Legacy and Front Row, in my opinion, you are looking at the middle 5 right there. So nothing hateful there. I agree with everything that we're seeing so far on these bottom 2 rankings.
Yeah, so Legacy, Eric Jones, come on, man. It's like the stick guy. Let's do something. I know we're coming up on Darlington. Eric Jones has won twice there. He's proven in years past that he's very capable. I don't know what the holdup is for making this guy a superstar. He would be one of my most sought after free agents at the end of the year to put him into a competitive ride. But that's clearly slipping. That chance is clearly slipping out of his hands quickly. Trackhouse, if Shane Van Gisbergen was where he was last year at this point in the season, which is somewhere like 33rd in points, Trackhouse would be off the chart somewhere about 11. I mean, somewhere between 11 and 15, right? They would be the most dumpster fire organization of all. And so it's really the only thing that's kept them out of the dumpster fire is Shane Van Gisbergen had a really good start of the season, uncompared to last year where he was sitting somewhere, I think, 33rd this time. Of course, Zilly is doing all of that he needs to keep it there because he is the guy that's running, I think, 33rd right now in points. RCR, man, I mean, what's the deal? What is the deal? I mean, how much money do you need to make an organization that's not pooey? Look, I defended Richard Childress in the lawsuit, right? About being called out and whatnot. But man, if there ain't some truth in that, I don't know what to tell y'all. There is truth in that. Richard doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's got that much money rolling into an organization. He's got one of the best drivers that's ever driven a race car, and he can't even get him in victory lane. He can't even pick a few races off of the schedule and say, this is the races that we're going to go out and we're going to try to be competitive and win. It's just all over the place. RCR is a two-team organization. I don't think that they're missing out because they're a two-team organization. I think that they're just not appropriating the funds in the right area to be competitive. Colleague Racing, look, this is the little team that could. This is the team that everybody's given up on, and nobody will let play any reindeer games. They feel like Rudolph right now. Holding it number 7 is exactly, I mean, that's encouraging because you got AJ Allmendinger, who's the dinger, and then you've got Todd Dillon, who we can make jokes about all day long.
Pillsbury Dillboy.
To be at number 7 and to be Colleague Racing and to know that they've been banned from any manufacturing help and whatnot, it's, you know, this is a testament to their little organization that could. When you look at the money RCR has, when you look at the money Trackhouse has, when you look at the money that's rolled into some of the other organizations, Colleague Racing stands above. Spire, they are who we thought they were. The old Dennis Green, Dallas Green, whatever his name was, the coach. They are who we thought they were. Aspire is going to fall, and they're going to fall even further. Suarez, I mean, it could putting together a pretty decent season. McDowell, there's going to be spots where McDowell's good. Osavar, that's the future. Seeing them in number 6, I'm not mad. I think that they're kind of falling more into place where they should be.
All right, so that leads into our top 5 for this week. Starting at number 5. Starting at number 5, down 3 spots is Team Penske. I think that this was just a rough week for them in general. They didn't really. I felt like they're kind of not existent this week at Las Vegas. So they'll sit there at 5. Hendrick up 1 spot to number 4. Spurts of speed. Just need to find the finish for them. Number 3, Joe Gibbs Racing up 3 spots this week. We saw Joe Gibbs last 2 weeks be a force to be reckoned with. All 4 cars of JGR finished in the top 10 at Vegas. And number 2, up 2 spots for the highest ranking of the season for this team. It is RFK Racing. This 3-car organization has been consistently together, as Chris mentioned, while we were going through the points. I don't think one car has been much more of a standout than the other. I think all 3 have had just as much success as the other. Have they been winning speed? Not, no, but they are competitive. They're hanging with the top tier teams that are normally 1 or 2 at this point. And of course, 2311 staying at number 1 for a second week in a row. Chris.
Yeah, so Team Penske, I mean, you know, look, we knew the top. We know who the big 3 are, you know. Who are they? They're right there together. Joe Gibbs, Hendrick, Team Penske. Where they fall in the top 5, is going to be based off of what that third and fourth car is doing at this point in time. We know that Penske's got an issue with Cindric being 30th. We know that Hendrick has an issue with Alex Bowman being 36th. We're going to see how over the next couple of weeks that 48 car works. It was terrible, absolutely terrible at Las Vegas. Before we even knew it, Justin Allgaier was 3 laps down. I'm not sure what caused that or
speeding penalties.
Yeah, okay, speeding penalties. So wow, I mean that's how quickly things can go awry for the 48 team. I mean, it's just the story of their life over there. So there's the big three. They're 3, 4, and 5. You know, thank God to an odd opening year. First of all, when you look at Hendrick, this kind of feels like Martinsville. You know that they got fast cars, and you kind of know where they're going to be in the end. Right now, they're running mid-pack, but we know as the closing laps fall in exactly where Hendrick cars are going to be at Martinsville. That's what kind of this feels like in the standings right now. Gibbs, you know, they seem to be the dominant factor so far this year. They may have an edge above Chevy. They may have an edge above the Fords. 2311 is connected with Joe Gibbs Racing. So when you look at those two organizations being so close together, you know that 2311 is feeding off of Joe Gibbs and Joe Gibbs is feeding off of 2311. That's probably the better dynamic of the two. Hendrick, of course, is connected with Spire. Penske's connected with Wood Brothers. I think the true solid teammate, manufacturing teammates are 2311 and Joe Gibbs at this time, and there they are, first and third. RFK, what just a great season, awesome start that they're having. As somebody said just a minute ago, all 3 teams are just, it's not one separating themselves from the other. They're all just running in unison together. RFK deserves that second spot. I love it. Like, here we are, 6 races in, 5 races complete, 6 races coming up, and RFK is like, a top 5 team. That's awesome. I'm so grateful that Brett Keselowski was able to come in and spread the bread around at the RFK and get this organization where they are. I don't think that they're going to stay here all year, but hey, here we are, and it's a great moment. Mr. CJ Sports.
I like your top 5. There's no doubt in my mind 2 things. Your owner, a points winner, is going to be one of these 5 teams, and our champion is going to come from one of these 5 teams. I think this is your top 5 organizations, and I would be shocked if they don't all stay in the top 5.
Wow, I like that. That's a bold statement.
Looking for the ultimate way to represent your team? Welcome to the 110 Sports and Collectibles Company. We are a veteran-owned business that takes pride in bringing the best in officially licensed merchandise. From the NFL and MLB to the NBA and college sports, we've got your fan cave covered. Visit us at any of our 4 locations. Find us in Monroe, West Milton, Hocking Hills, and Lancaster, Ohio. Can't make it in? Shop our full collection online at the 110 Sports and Collectibles Company. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram. There is only one nation, the 110 Nation.